Hi guys, welcome to our last episode before our live stream next week. This week's title is called Crawson the FInish Line, with Cross as our host and Dawson as our co-host. All right, before we get started, I'm just going to give you a little brief introduction to our show. This week we're going to be reminiscing and about our adventures here in Rome. So I'm going to tell you what everyone's up to. So first we have Tatenda, who's going to be giving an intense interview with Wolfie. And then Aisha will be reviewing Airlines, because we all have horror stories. Kyla with top 5 tips. Mary on news, where she talks about the Met Gala and all things news. And Isaac, just a brief AUR recap from the past semester. And Sophie giving a spotlight in Rome. So take it away.
Thank you, Alexa. That was an incredible introduction. Before we get into it, I also want to bring attention to the people you won't see on camera, like our amazing producer, Gabriel, Talia, who's killing it on the cameras, our boy, Johnny Donovan, will be editing this episode, and Disha, who's killing it on the soundboard. So thank you, guys. I know you don't get the credit this episode because you're not being seen, but, I mean, there you go. There's the plug. But anyway, back to it. Guys, this is it. This is the last vidcast of the semester.
You know, I think I'm more nervous for this one than I was the first one.
That's interesting.
I mean, yeah. We're bringing it home on this one.
We're bringing it home. We're talking about leaving this place, and that's the last thing I want to do. I'm kind of like, I don't know, I feel it in my stomach. Like, it sucks. I think I've peaked here. Like, I've
totally peaked.
I've faced a bottle of wine while going around Capri. I've visited a lot of different places, got to Africa. There's so many things I got to do here that I'm never going to be able to do again, so I'm just sad to leave it.
You're a study abroad, right?
Yep.
Have you picked out your final meal in Rome? That's a big one right now, a big topic in my roommates, so where we're going to have our last meal.
I think Tonarella or Grazie and Graziella.
That's a good one.
One of those two.
You know what I have picked out is my first meal when I get back to America. Not my last meal.
What is that going to be?
All you can eat Korean barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's so specific.
Wait, you guys, I'm just going to recommend this. What was it called? There's a restaurant.
Specific?
Oh, someone knows the name. I just had it in my head. It's like this big castle villa kind of thing.
What?
Not far from here, and it's super cheap. Unbelievable. I literally had it in my head, and then I heard Korean barbecue, and then that.
And then it went out of your head.
Just went to a different place.
All right, I'll think about it. Maybe Gabe, do you know what I'm talking about?
No?
Okay.
Is it in Rome in the city, or is it a little bit on the outskirts?
No, it's good. From here, it's like a 10-minute cab. I'll think about it.
Okay,
Probably
get back
at
to
the end of
us.
the episode, I'll bring it back.
I want to go to a villa.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it's so cheap and so good. I'll bring it up later. I'll wrap it up with that one.
Okay, cool.
But anyway, Alexa Dawson, do you think after taking podcasting, you could start your own back home, or do you think it's just like a one-time thing because you have to?
I'm not interesting enough. I can't talk a lot or come up with creative ideas, but it's been an experience, I will say.
So you don't think you'd start your own, but do you think you could be featured on other ones?
If someone thinks I'm interesting enough to be featured on their podcast, then yeah, I'd do it.
Okay.
But
Same. I don't have anything really interesting enough to talk about. Like, I don't have another platform already, so.
You know what? I call bullshit on that. You guys did a semester in Rome. Like, you go to Boston College, you go to Georgia Tech. You guys can talk about so many things. I don't know why you don't.
Go BC.
Yeah, we could.
So I'm saying, after studying abroad, you two, because we'll get to all your guys' stuff later, because you're my co-host and you're the announcer, do you guys have a feeling of, like, I know you guys are definitely sad leaving. Do you think you'll ever come back in the near future to Rome, or do you wish you would have went to school at AUR, or are you happy with the choice you made to study abroad?
I personally really miss my hometown school, but I used to always want to live in Rome for most of my life, and I come almost every year. So I think it's been a good experience for me to actually have a couple months to experience living here, but it's also made me like more appreciate like where I come from and like my own school.
Wait, you come to Rome every year?
Yeah.
What, do you have family here? Or you just like
No, we just really like Italy, so we come to Rome a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
That's sick.
So
personally, I would love to stay here for like another semester at least. I definitely prefer my school back at home compared to AUR, but I really don't want to leave.
No,
like
too soon.
Like my mom was like, I can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I can.
Yeah, sure.
So, do you have like a really quick, like, most memorable story from the semester that you'd like want to quickly, something that just like no one would expect that you guys would do?
So we did we did a trip to Sorrento and then Capri, and we did a boat ride around the whole entire island. And I got a bottle of Chianti, and I just killed the whole entire bottle. I was having a great time. Jumped in the water in my underwear. It was
Okay.
It was
That's an experience.
I mean, all of us did it. It was freezing cold, but amazing.
My highlight would be not in Italy, but skydiving in Switzerland was like the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. And now I'm like addicted and really want to go again. So
Really? How was
We'll
like?
see.
I heard the plane ride up is the worst part, like by far.
I actually was like terrified the night before, but then as soon as I was with my guy that I was jumping off with and in the plane, I was totally fine. And they make it like really calm, and I just like you just don't think about it. Like I kind of like blacked that whole part out until I landed. Yeah.
So what about when you're like looking out of the window about to
So
jump?
they like for safety reasons, you're supposed to look up. So you aren't like I'm like straight in the video. My head's like straight up when I'm on the edge of the plane about to jump out. So you don't even register. I only got terrified when my best friend jumped out before me, and I was like, bye.
Yeah, I heard
Never
that. I heard again for safety reasons, if you're the one jumping, the instructor has to push you out.
Yeah.
Like if you're already there, there's like no backing out once you get to that point.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so.
There's no backing out once you're on the plane. They don't ask you like how you feeling, like you ready. They're just like, nope, you're going no matter
Really,
what.
even once you get on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
No.
That is
Yeah.
terrifying.
it was fun though.
But yeah,
really
that's
fun.
an experience that I've never had, and I don't necessarily want one. I don't really want to go skydiving.
I recommend.
But I don't know. This semester has been one of the best. This is my 4th semester here actually. And I live about like a 2-second walk. You know the sandwich shop
Oh yeah.
right across the street above that one. So I'm really close to school. Great apartment. So that's what made this semester so great. And I mean, yeah, this class has been cool. Like a lot of you people, I probably wouldn't have talked to like outside of class. Like this room brought us together where we can have these conversations genuinely, and get to know each other. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll talk again outside of class. So we're gonna bring it to my boy Tatenda, our very own Black Panther, and he's gonna talk about his interview with Wolfie. Tatenda, take it away.
Yo, what's up, Cross? I feel like only you would introduce me with such eloquence.
Yeah, I know. I just remembered I needed to. I need to bring it back because you said something, maybe our first podcast. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I wish
yeah.
I said that then, but now I have the opportunity to.
Well, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I had an interview with Wolfie, the school's mascot. It was an honor, a pleasure. I think that will be the height of my podcasting career. But yeah, let's check it out. Wolfie, my boy, what's up? How are you? How you been? How have you been? Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. You know, I haven't seen much of you this semester. Where have you been? I see. Ah, yes. Yes. Yeah, man. Sometimes you just have to get out there. You just have to get out there and live life. And what did you find on your many journeys? What happened? Oh wow, that's incredible. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. Now, Wolfie, before you left, I know you weren't gone the whole semester, right? Actually, let me ask that first. You weren't gone the whole semester, were you? Oh, of course. Okay, so one of the questions I wrote down will still be relevant then. Okay, so I do want to get into this. Before you left, you were in a student film. You remember that? Of course you do. You were the star of the show. It's a cult classic. I think... Yes. I think it's going to be screened in Vienna, I think it is. Oh yes, Vienna, right? Right. Yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Well, Wolfie, anyways, back to my question. Before you left, you had this movie going on. Tell me about that. Tell me how was it? How was it working with those students? Oh yes. What a shame. What a shame. Well, at least one good thing came out of it. You are the breakout star. That's why I have you here right now on our prestigious podcast. Yeah, but I mean, look, I'm thinking ahead, man. I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking about the future. It's gonna be great. Trust me. Well. Wait a second, Wolfie. Are you seeing anyone? Oh, I understand. I mean, you don't have to name names. But I'm curious. I'm just curious. Okay. Well, I mean, we are gonna have drinks after this, right? Yeah. Well, anyways. The last question. How did this semester go for you, Wolfie? After you came back, having seen all the new faces, we had a couple of new students. We also had some study abroad students. What did you think about them? Give me your general feelings, sentiments. No one could have ever said it better. Absolutely no one. Thank you so much, Wolfie, for joining me. No, you're a treat. You were a treat.
Wow. That was incredible on so many levels. I have one question.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel endangered for your safety? Because that is a wild animal, and I wouldn't want that anywhere near me.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, he is a wild animal, but he's also a very nice guy. Like he said, he's a yoga instructor as well. I didn't have enough time to get into that, but he really does make you feel comfortable with
He
him.
does downward dog like no other.
Good one.
Honestly,
He's a very well-rounded person. I like Wolf. Might I?
yeah, exactly.
He helped me out with my my horror movie. He started my horror movie.
Yes, you were the
Wow.
director he was talking about. Yeah, you should probably talk.
It's great working with him. Yeah. I didn't know he had some bitter feelings about that, but I guess we'll clear that up later.
Yeah, he seems like a little bit of a diva.
Yeah.
Well,
Diva wolf.
At times.
More of like a she wolf. Hey.
That's what you did there.
Fun fact.
Don't know how I feel about that.
We didn't
Come
have
on,
the
what's
sliced
funny?
cheese in his in his trailer, and he kind of just didn't show up the first day of shooting. And I thought it was kind of weird, but
Really?
Weird.
yeah, if you look at the first half of the movie, he's not there because he just didn't show up.
That's why?
Yeah, that's kind of why.
That's kind of
Wow.
crazy.
We figured that out with payroll, though. It's fine.
All right, so now we're gonna jump into our top 5 with Kyla.
Yeah, so top 5. I will be giving top 5 tips and advice for reverse culture shock. So half the people here
Thank the Lord.
are study abroads, and you guys are going back
Oh my God.
quite soon. Yeah, so
Crying.
here are a couple symptoms maybe of just like what you might be feeling once you head back home.
Already started.
Already there.
Already there. I feel yeah. So a bit of nostalgia. Yeah.
Emotional.
Very emotional. Sad. Very sad. I'm sorry if you guys start crying now. Just like I know, but like once you get back home, it's like, oh no, Mary. Oh my God. Just like, how
Don't get
this is
medic.
great for TV, by the way.
Thank you.
Like going back home.
They are real. Sorry.
Going back to your home country is just not the same as you are, living here in Italy. And another big thing that a lot of people might not notice, it's like this experience of having lived abroad is very life-changing. And not a lot of your friends and family back home won't be able to understand that. So here's some advice that might, help you out. So number 1, accept the change. It's life-changing. And like Dawson and Mary, you guys just like peaked it. And we just gotta keep that going and accept.
I think I'm gonna delete my Instagram. We're just gonna die while we're in charge.
Yeah. Number 2, you've been away for so long. Spend time with friends and family. They missed you. Number 3, keep your memories alive. Mary is doing a really good job with her podcast. So
thanks.
Start writing
Gracious Grounds podcast.
Gracious Grounds
And YouTube.
Yeah, start a vlog, write up a new blog. You made so many memories, might as well just remember them and cherish them. Number 4, so bring your study abroad experience back home. So find the best pizzeria back home, which is not up to par with Roman pizza, but
Not the same. Pizza Hut?
I mean,
Toppers?
If I brought my Roman lifestyle back home, I would fail out of college.
Yeah.
Valid.
Valid.
Yeah. For sure.
Pass fail is just hitting me hard. Like, I don't care about school.
Can I drink wine in parks? I'm not sure. That sounds stupid. Oh, shit.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Open container law.
Oops.
You need to put it in like a McDonald's cup or something.
Okay, back to freshman year of college. Let's go.
Let's go. And finally, number 5, looking forward. So there's so many things you can do once you've had this whole entire experience. For those study abroads, I can advise of encouraging others to study abroad. It's a great experience. You might as well share that with other people. Volunteer as a program ambassador if you guys do have a study abroad program. Work with international students at your home school. And but like looking forward, maybe come back to a different country and teach abroad, learn a foreign language in a different country, international internships, volunteer abroad, and of course, explore your own country. You've done so many travels throughout Europe, right? So you might as well discover America.
I mean, well, honestly, traveling in America is so expensive.
It is.
It is.
But it's not impossible. It's like America's beautiful. Like the national parks. Ugh.
Yeah.
The best way to do it is driving.
Yeah.
So there's people across country.
Road trip.
It's crazy.
Just get a bunch of people in your car and then split the gas.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
But I just want to say something for you guys going home who have been studying abroad for the last 4 months. Like you just mentioned, it never clicked before. That once you see all your friends and family from back home, people you grew up with, it's not you're not going to be here in Rome. But I mean, once you're with them, it doesn't really matter where you are.
Exactly.
So I'm saying that's the biggest thing to
It's
look
almost
forward to.
medicine. No, it really is.
But do you, like, for us resident students who's been, like, coming back and forth, do you guys feel this, like, agree that your friends and family back home don't quite understand you-ish in a way?
Like, in what aspect?
I mean,
In like, your personal views on life, I guess. Your more worldliness. You kind of have to hide away your worldliness
Oh my
in a
gosh,
sense,
yeah.
and like it's they haven't changed as much as you have.
For sure.
No.
well, my family is a group of Koreans living in Brazil.
Yeah.
we can
You're also,
relate.
like,
We can relate on a
Get
lot of
it.
other things, so it's not that big of a difference. And also, my sister graduated from the Netherlands, so like we kind of have a mutual understanding of like
Yeah.
studying in Europe.
Yeah.
So, me personally, no, but I imagine that might be the case for other resident students.
Or at least study abroad
No,
students,
I
you
mean-
might be able to.
It totally is. Like, I have friends who, like, they go to school and, like, I don't wanna insult because, like, it's not insulting, but, like, they go to school in the middle of Ohio, so, like,
Yeah.
all they have is on weekends is, like, day parties, which is fine, but they don't really get out of there. And so, like whenever I'm talking to them, plus of the fact that I study in New York, they obviously see me as like this fucking bitch.
Yeah.
But like honestly, like I do have to hide the fact that I like, you know, I don't want to say I'm more educated because I'm not, but like I definitely have more perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
on
You're
things.
more cultured.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going back to Wisconsin, so that's gonna be a thing. So
Okay, so now that was very insightful. We're gonna head over to Aisha, where she'll be reviewing Airlines, which is convenient because we're all gonna be using them soon.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that was depressing. Okay, so when I came here, I actually flew with United Airlines from New York to Munich, and usually I don't like United Airlines, but their international flights are really, really good, and they're super comfortable, and you know they're always on time, and yeah, so that's fine. And then from Munich, I flew with Lufthansa, which is like their national, like the German national airline. And I think this is just a very general thing. I think that all national airlines are good, except for American Airlines. But like for the most part, I've traveled with Air France and British Airways and Iberia, which is like the Spanish one, and Alitalia, which is the Italian one. And I think, you know, all in common is just like a 5-star, like, you know, customer service, and you know the flight and how they treat you. You don't have to pay extra most of the time. And while it is a little bit, you know, more expensive, I think the trade-off is exactly the same, because when you fly with a cheap airline, you have to pay for everything, like even choosing a seat. So I mean, it's a give or take. So I mean, I would say for all the national airlines that I've traveled with in Europe, they're amazing. I love them. I wish American Airlines could be like you guys. Like, y'all
actually
are
like American Airlines.
I hate it.
I love American
I
Airlines.
haven't had
hate it.
any issues with it because I've been flying with American Airlines since last May, and I've accumulated so many miles, and I get a free checked bag when I fly home.
Yeah, same.
So I haven't had to pay for anything.
No, I hate American. Like, I feel I haven't traveled with American Airlines since like 2014. That's how much I hate it. Like, literally.
Well, they've updated then.
I don't know. Like, I know I have had friends that have traveled with American Airlines recently, and they've all lost their luggage. Like, literally, my best friend, she traveled with her entire family, and they lost all the luggage, and they never gave them money. They never gave them anything. Like,
They never found it?
No, they never found it. Like, nothing. So I have mega, like, trust issues with them. I don't know. Yeah.
That's how I feel about Delta. They lost my luggage once.
Oh, yeah.
They were overbooked for me, and then
Yeah, I
couldn't
hate
get on a
Delta.
plane.
gotta
Delta's
get the
like
money.
very capitalist. I don't know. I just don't. You know how companies are.
You're a little jet setter.
Literally,
I don't have that much
that's a
opinions
good
on
pun.
airlines.
Little
Like,
jet setter.
No,
Because she's not a. Sorry.
No, it's just like very, very capitalist. I don't know. I prefer JetBlue when I'm traveling in America.
I've never flown United yet, though, so there's other places I need to. I
Yeah.
just go for the cheaper
So
ticket.
Aisha, what are you flying home right now?
I'm flying with British Airways.
The direct flight, or are you going to England first?
No, so I go from Rome to London, British Airways, and then British Airways again from London to New York. And then, of course, I've traveled with Ryanair and Vueling, but, like, you know, I mean, Ryanair is Ryanair. Like, you just, honestly, I can't say I had a bad experience with Ryanair because I didn't. Like, all my flights were somehow on time. They never lost my luggage. It was fine, but I know people who've had issues. And, like, for example, I have, like, all my friends from, like, FIT that are also studying abroad at AUR. They went to, like, they were supposed to go to Greece, and their flight was supposed to leave Thursday night. It ended up leaving at 6 a.m. Friday, and they were supposed to go to Santorini, and they lost their connection. It was, like, a total fiasco, and, like, it was just an issue, but at least, I mean, we all talked to them, and they gave us money back, so it's fine. It's not that bad. And then Vueling is like another cheap airline, but they're owned by Iberia, and it's like the same customer service, just like a lot cheaper.
Gotcha.
Solid.
So I think Sophie made a little video for us, and she was going to show us a few places she spotlighted in Rome.
So for the spotlights video, obviously everyone knows like the main spotlights of Rome. Like we got the Colosseum, Trevi Fountain, Vatican, all the famous things. So I wanted to do more of like my own personal spotlights and places that have kind of a sentimental value for me. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so the first stop on my Rome Spotlight tour is this Piazza San Casimato. It's right near my apartment, and early in the day it is a fruit, vegetable, they sell eggs and fish and cheese market. They have great prices. I love coming here to get some fresh stuff. Also, as you can see, there's like a cute little park, which I think is so nice because there's not a ton of green space in the middle of the city. And then another reason that this is a spotlight for me is because in the afternoon, when all the markets have shut down for the day, kids and their parents play soccer and like play games out here, and it's like a cute little thing for people to do, and I think it's really nice. So we'll take a look here. Ooh. Looking great. Okay, next on my spotlight video, honestly I could not find the name of this place, but it is right across from the piazza with the market that I was just looking at, next to Tim. It's this really cute store that sells a ton of authentic Italian products. They have jelly, truffle, coffee, tea, a lot of like olive oil. Whenever people come to visit me, I bring them here so they can bring stuff home. I actually bought this oil to use for cooking, and it's spicy and it's really good. And you can see they have so much stuff. It's like really just a cool little store, really well organized. Definitely recommend coming here to get some souvenirs for your family. They have a bunch of candy, literally stacked all the way. Yeah. Okay, so the next spotlight is this piazza and taxi area. It's named after this person. Honestly, you should probably look up what he's famous for, but it's fine. So as you can see, this is just a little waiting area for taxis. There's always so many available, and it's right, I live like right over through that street. It's really close. Even if I have a flight at like 6 a.m., I can always find one. And I also think it's kind of a spotlight because this is where most of my traveling starts and ends, so it's kind of just a cool idea, and yeah, just appreciate them always being here and helping me travel around, which is something I love to do, so would recommend this cute little piazza. Okay, so up next we are at the Tiber River, and it has this great little canal type thing or boardwalk along it that goes all the way down really far, and in this direction it goes all the way down to the Vatican. Great view of the gross river, but I love to come down here and go for walks or go for a jog, or like if I just need some space. My apartment is really crowded. I have 9 people in it, so it's just cool to come down here and just clear my head. There's always just some really pretty views. Up here you can see these like weeds or flowers grow sideways, which I just think is like really cool. Yeah, so it's a really nice place to jog and walk, and you get a cool view of Rome from down here. Okay, so my last spotlight for Rome is this place. It's called Bar del Cinque, I think because it's on the Colo del Cinque Street. It's a really fun, just like kind of low-key bar. You can see like at night better, that's all lit up. I don't know if you can see like a little heart mirror, it's really cute. But so they have like a bunch of drinks, wine, they have like a special menu. My favorite drink is the Victorian Mojito, more sour than a normal one, and they put a slice of dried apple in it, which I think is just like kind of cool. Me and my roommates, we came here the first night we moved in and just like got to know each other. So now we just always come when we just want to go do something social but don't want to go crazy. The people that work here are so nice. They have really comfortable, I can't go in because it's closed, but they have really comfortable like cowhide, well I think it's probably fake, but couches. And they have this big projector that plays like old like 2008 MTV music videos, and it's just like a really cool atmosphere. Definitely recommend checking it out if you're in the Trastevere area.
Wow. Very cool. I really like that. I like that video because I too lived in that area back on my first semester, so I know a lot of those spots too, and I like how you said everyone knows the Coliseum, the Trevi Fountain, all that stuff, but no one's gonna know about one little square or one like statue. I like how you brought that up for people who haven't seen it, who sit at this table, or viewers who actually want to go see it after your video. So I think that's awesome. That shows those things.
That statue in the last place right by the river. It's like the old guy with the really weird looking face.
And the hat.
Yeah,
And the
it's
hat.
like just I looked it up. It's like Giuseppe something.
He looks like a
Gianco-
robber baron, like,
Belly, yes.
just taking the money out of your pocket. while
Yeah,
you
he
look at
looks
him.
like the peanut guy to me. But like the planters peanuts.
Also,
I'm dead.
that little store, 10 out of 10 would recommend. They have
Right?
everything.
I
It's
love
so
it.
good.
I
Yeah,
have to go there.
Yeah.
Is it expensive, that store, or is it like reasonable?
I think it depends on like what you get. Like
Yeah.
the oil I bought, it was like €3.
Oh, word.
Some of that stuff
So,
is
yeah.
actually like imported too. So
Yeah, it just depends.
Imported. So not from Italy?
Nope.
Ah,
Weird.
interesting.
So they've got a mix of.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they do have corn tortillas. That was a big thing for me, and jalapenos. So those probably didn't come from here,
That's
but
funny.
I don't know. It was like random. I wanted tacos one night, so I went there.
A comment I wanted to make about like not the content of the video, but did you do like some like auto stabilizing in
Yes,
post production?
I
I
did.
noticed because it was like very smooth. Like,
Thank you.
throughout,
I
so-
downloaded iMovie for the first time on my computer, and there was like you like enhance the voice, and then the background noise can like you can like blur it out.
okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very cool, very cool. Okay. Alexa,
All right.
ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready to do this. All right, I'm doing a game with you guys today. I thought it'd be fun with our last episode to pit a study abroad students against the resident students in a game of, it's kind of like reverse charades. It's called Heads Up. It's where I'll split you guys into two teams. One person will be the head of each team, and that will be the person that has to pick up the card, not look at the card, put it on their head. And then the rest of their group has to try to explain it without saying what the card is, and the person holding it has to guess. We'll do one team at a time, and there's 11 cards in each. If you get through all 11, congrats, I think you win. If there's a tie, I have a question that
Bragging
you can
rights.
come up with. I'll give you like 40 seconds to make it
do all
tight.
of them?
Yeah. Make it tight.
Oh,
okay. Who wants to be the head of the study abroad students?
I knew it.
Mary.
Wait, can we
you
get
pass-
a head count, study abroads, and or who's a study abroad? I still don't really know. Okay.
I'm not included, so because I'm
Oh, you're playing. You gotta play.
okay.
Yeah,
sure.
there you go. Boom.
But I know.
She knows all of them though.
Yeah, but if you are the head, then it doesn't matter.
Wait, what does that mean? The head.
She's gonna be the one that puts
Means
the
I have to
card
guess
on
it.
her
We
We have to
head.
make her.
That's
okay.
gonna be stressful.
Yes.
Oh, most of our residents are behind the scenes, so I guess, yeah. Do you want to bring them on?
There's still like
they could just
3 or
jump
4 of
in.
you.
Yeah, they can jump in.
Yeah, Gabe can out.
Who wants to be the head of the residents?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We're
I
head of the
I don't
table.
look at
But
these?
no, you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
look at them. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna. Who wants?
Do you want my
What
glasses?
team wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, so what? What do I
So
hold it?
you'll put the first card on top of your head,
I'll
and the
look at
rest
it.
of the resident students, not the abroad students, will try to explain what the card is,
Okay.
and you're gonna guess what the
It has-
thing
it's-
is on the
it
card.
has- It's in Rome.
Yes, all the
really
things are
subtle.
like Rome things that you should know.
Okay.
And
All right, my resident students.
and once you're
Wait,
done, you put it
hold on,
down and pick up another one.
Got you.
Can I request to be the head because I don't have my glasses? I can't see what's on your forehead.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Switching it up.
Doesn't that give you a headache? To not have your glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, but I forget it all the time.
Mood.
Tell me if it's upside down or if it's right side up. Okay.
I can. Can you rotate it? To,
The Pope lives here.
Okay. Oh, start.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Start. You have 40 seconds.
Vatican.
Yeah.
I looked at it.
I still can't see.
You walk up this,
Oh yeah, it's like
and there's a church on top.
It's not Roman, but it's
At the end.
Via del Corso.
Yeah.
close
It's
to
in the
there.
middle of Via del Corso, and there's a McDonald's next to it.
Just skip it, skip it, skip it, skip it.
Stop close to it.
Can you skip it?
Yes.
This is bad. We'll skip this. Yeah.
I'm giving you guys
How?
a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
I up the time.
This is by the Coliseum. There's a lot of nice hangout spot there. I don't know if you know this.
A neighborhood?
It's a neighborhood. It's
Oh, Monteverde?
Close.
the first part. Monteverde. It's
Fuck. Mont.
The first part of the word.
Jesus, Isaac.
What? All right, you got it. Move on.
No, not just the first.
Can we start?
All right, you're done.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait, hold on. You can't go yet. I have to time you.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Is it upside down?
No, that's right.
The Church of Vatican City.
Yeah, the Church of
Oh, St. Peter's Basilica.
Yes. We're here right now.
Our neighborhood.
Our neighborhood.
That
has, like, the streets.
Monteverde.
No.
Probably 420. No.
Our neighborhood.
Our neighborhood.
The one I made the video all in.
No, the neighborhood.
Carini.
No.
Neighborhood down the steps.
Hey, what are you doing?
What is going on? Yes. Oh, a very famous Lizzie McGuire.
Water.
Coin. Coin.
Yes. Only reason why I came here.
Gods. What?
It's not the Vatican. It's like lower scale.
Pagan temple now has a church in it.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
It's a
Lots of
circle.
Columns.
It's huge.
Columns.
Kenya.
Yes.
Wow.
So sorry, residents.
There's a market in here like every day. Super tourist.
Frederica. No.
Drunken ship.
Campo di Fiori. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, girl.
There's a park.
But
And you get like
There's a gallery in it.
Ooh, Viale. What's it called?
No.
Say it again?
it's a park.
A park.
It's huge.
It has some big.
It's up
a lake
past the
has a
Spanish
marina.
Steps.
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
You should go.
Oh, it's right next to us. Food.
People get
Where'd you get
coffee.
coffee?
Arky?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Famous Italian dish.
The Roman
Oh,
pasta.
you're done. You're done.
No.
Sorry.
Pears.
Damn, I love catching pepper with pears.
Oh, that was so good.
I'm really sorry, but I think the abroad students went.
I would like to generally
Smoked it.
to my resident students.
So good.
I'm also a year-long study abroad, so I kind of am a horrible person to do this because I know a lot about Rome.
Damn. That shows a lot about us. Oh, no, not even. That shows a lot about Isaac.
I got it.
I don't know well
Pears.
Oh, you asked for it. Like, literally.
I can't see. I'm like blind. I wouldn't.
Same.
Yeah, I couldn't see
That's why I'm
either.
wearing
I
my
could put it
glasses.
underneath your hair.
I'm
Do
sorry.
you want this back? That was super fun.
That was a cool idea.
I might have to do that when I go home.
They have an app for it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Ellen one.
We do it as a drinking game sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah, I have that one too.
And so Isaac, what do we have going on at AUR?
So basically, I have a bit of a recap of the semester. Just to go over it quickly, we had 5 open mic nights. Open mic night, if you guys don't know, is kind of like a talent show, freeform talent show where you can go up and do whatever you want. A lot of people read poetry, some people sing, some people play music. It's really fun. A lot of them were co-hosted and some hosted by Tatenda right here. But Nasika was usually the host. It's a lot of fun. It was the second Thursday, if I'm not wrong.
First Thursday.
First Thursday of each month. We had a few fundraiser bake sales and a successful open day. Some used book sales by the AUR student government. The school hired some new professors. This is more of a year recap then. And a weekly movie night has been started by Maxie Goodwin from the FDM. He's one of the FDM students. Many club events, like the Media Club's photo contest and some art history trips. So over the weekend, the Art History Club had a trip to Ostia Antica, and the Archaeology and Classics Club had a total of 3 trips, one of which was the Vatican Museum on the last Sunday of the month, which was free. The LGBTQ club had very successful condomgrams for Valentine's Day, as well as we had some other AURSG events like Art in Vino and Latin Dance Night, where the AUR student government hired a professional Latin dance instructor to come and then teach the students, and then later they went to Cafe Latino that night to,
Bust a
dance,
move.
yeah, bust a move. And yeah, that's kind of a quick recap, but some stuff that are coming up right now is Starting tomorrow till the 16th, book returns are open. So if you have a book that you rented from student government, you might want to, return it so you can get your €5 deposit back. And next week, from the 13th,
That's gonna kill some pockets right there.
from the 13th through the 15th, there's going to be food in the student lounge provided by the student government.
Really?
At 12 on on Monday at 12 there's going to be soupli, and then again at 2:30 there's going to be soupli. On Tuesday there's going to be like mixed assorted pizzas. Just this one is only at noon, and then on Wednesday there's going to be more food, but it hasn't been decided what it's going to be yet. It's likely that it's going to be shawarma, but it's not for sure. And then tomorrow night, if I'm right, there's going to be a Ramadan dinner sponsored by the AURSG. That's also like where we got this shawarma idea. But yeah, so far that's it in terms of AUR life. I think it's been a pretty dense semester. But yeah, what are some of you guys' favorite events or things that have happened?
Open mic for sure.
No bias there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not just because like I was a part of like planning and like shooting the thing. It's because of how much you got to see other people's creative sides, and it got to a point where a lot of the regular people were just like, "Yo, are we having it? Like, please don't cancel. Please don't postpone it."
Yeah,
like, because it's a way of self-expressing, and it's really healthy.
Yeah, I think it's great too. Sorry, one thing I forgot to mention is the Business Club fashion show.
That was so cool.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Were you there for the photography bit of that?
Yeah, I took the photos for that.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
You guys are so involved. Good for you.
Same.
There you are, student government. It's finest.
Yeah, I'm the treasurer for AUR student government. Next
Checks
semester
out.
as well as this semester.
Good job, Isaac.
Thanks for all your hard work and feeding us when we need to be feeded.
Yeah, no
we
problem.
need to be feeded, she says.
Yeah, I'm just glad the voting season is over, because now Tatenda and I can continue to be friends. God, it was really awkward before that, right?
Yeah.
We hated each other.
Big strain on the relationship.
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah, he'd be driving by and he'd be like, "Hey, Isaac, fuck you," and then drive away. Happened like a couple of times.
All right, well, stop doing that then. All right, last but not least, I'm gonna throw it all the way down the table to my girl Mary.
Got it.
On
Thanks,
the news.
man.
So, lay it down on us. What you got?
So I wanted to talk about what happened this semester overall. I did cover what is Brexit, basically. That was like more of like a worldwide thing, because I didn't know what it was. And then I did talk about how Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had their baby. They haven't named it yet, so that's in the video. And then I really go into depth about the Met Gala fashion, because your girl's extra. So take a look.
Good afternoon. From Metro News 1, I'm Mary Sherbatsky. Today on the Rundown, we're going to talk about Notre Dame de Paris and the fire last week. What is Brexit and what does this mean for you in the EU? And the Duke and Duchess of Sussex welcomed their first child yesterday. We are also going to have a Fashion Police rundown on the Met Gala. So getting into it, let's talk about the fire at Notre Dame. April 15th, 2019, which was last Monday, unfortunately, there was a fire that went on for 15 hours and burned the 850-year-old cathedral in Paris. Now, the firefighters have worked through the night to collect several different articles to save the landmarks that belong to Paris, and the fire is not yet clear on how it started, but hopefully the investigation will be more complex and we will figure out what happened. Moving on to what is Brexit. According to Bloomberg, Britain is wanting to leave the EU. This has been all the rage the last few months, and everyone wants to know what is Brexit. And to be honest with you, I didn't know what it was, and I looked it up. It's literally Britain exiting the EU. And what does that mean for the EU? Well, according to Bloomberg, June 23rd, the national referendum, the British will vote to stay or leave the EU. And their votes can honestly go either way at this point. Eurosceptics, the main people who want to leave the EU, those are also the same people who didn't want to adopt the euro in 1999. They want to leave the EU for the main reason to prevent further immigration. The UK has taken in so many immigrants in the last few months that it is increasing their citizenship and lowering the quality of life, I guess, to the UK citizens. They think that in order to completely decrease the immigration population, they want to just put up borders, which I don't really think will help them at all. The Prime Minister, David Cameron, argues to stay in the EU. He opted to create new regulations for the UK's membership, such as reassurance that London's financial situation would stay the same, and also that migrant workers would not take away from welfare packages. According to the Prime Minister, the UK makes up 45% of EU exports, and to break away from the EU would be an economic disaster. So will they stay or will they leave? June 23rd, you will find out. Then moving on to the happy baby news for the UK is the Duke and Duchess of Sussex welcomed their firstborn. The name has not yet been released, but the weight is 7 pounds, 3 ounces. And it happened June 6th, which was yesterday at 5:26 a.m. in Windsor, England, at the Figmore Cottage. And their Instagram posted, "It's a boy, so this is great. Can't wait to figure out what original name they're going to have." And then let's get on to the fashion police. I have to switch my glasses because these are my business glasses. Now we're talking all about the Met Gala Monday. Let's go. Okay, so the theme of Met Gala is camp. I thought camp meant tents, s'mores, everyone sitting around a campfire. That's not it. What I've come to the conclusion is that camp is basically Cher. Glitz, glam, and whatever Cher would wear. So, also the definition when I Googled it, it's from 1964. Susan Sontag defined camp as an aesthetic sensibility that is plain to see but hard for most of us to explain. It is the intentional over-the-topness, silly, sublime, and slightly or extremely off-quality, bad taste as a vehicle for good art. Camp is artificially passionate, serious, and all those things. So, first of all, we're going to talk about Lady Gaga. It took her 20 minutes to reveal 4 looks. She was born this way, and a star was born through those 4 looks. So, I don't know how I feel. Like, do we like the hot pink and the black? It was by Tiffany & Co. Jewelry, so that was what she was wearing. And then Brandon Maxwell was her designer. I'm honestly don't like the first big pink dress. That did not do it for me. The black one kind of looked like what she wore to the Oscars. The hot pink one, kind of a Barbie-esque. And the other one, she's basically just wearing sparkly underwear. I love Lady Gaga, so I think it was fun. But I watched the live version of it, and it took 20 minutes. So you do you, Gaga. You look great. But I would say her hot pink dress and her black dress are my fave. And then her ending, basically not wearing clothes, when she laid on the Met Gala floor. Goals. The other best entrance, though, because her entrance was so long, was Billy Porter. Dude, he was carried in by some hot looking men. How do we feel about that? Seriously. But he looks, kind of reminds me of Hunger Games. A lot of these outfits are very Hunger Games-esque, the whole Capitol feel, because he's got wings. Is he supposed to be the Mockingjay right now? Either way, I'm living for it. But his entrance was supposed to be the best entrance of all of Met Gala history. It looks like Lady Gaga entrance from the Grammys in 2011. Billy Porter, you look great, but you took a second stance to the Lady Gagas, but only a true fan would know that. So he gets points for entrance. His entrance was better than Lady Gaga's for dress entrance. So the Cher-inspired looks, this is a montage I put up of just everyone looking like Cher from different generations of Cher. There's the 70s Cher, which is Lily Collins in that dress. And then there's Dua Lipa. She looks like Cher. They have the exact same hair too. So okay. My favorite right now is the memes that I got from the Kylie and Kendall Jenner. They're wearing Cher-inspired outfits. I don't know who their designer is though. but I'm definitely more of a Kylie, but I love a good Kendall. So, like, they look like the bad stepsisters. Also, what's it called? From White Chicks, the movie, that meme. It's a great-ass meme. J-Lo, looking flawless as ever. All the sequence, all about it. Emily Ratajkowski, that model. I don't like the weird wing thing on her face. That doesn't look good. I don't think it looks weird. I don't think it looks good. Sierra, goddess queen, totally looks identical to Cher. Love it. Emily Blunt, very glittery. She basically just looks, she's just really shiny. Celine Dion, I don't like it. I don't like the headdress, but I like the rest of it. A lot of the headdresses just ruin it for me. I just can't. It's not working for me. Gigi Hadid, no. Didn't like it. If she took off the cap, she didn't have the fake eyelashes that came out to here, then I'd be going for it. But I guess it is camp. This is not what I would normally wear. Overall, I love the Cher-inspired ones. Those are my favorite looks. Who else? And so moving on to the more unique outfits that happened at the Met Gala. There is Lapita? Yep, I'm just going to put her name right here. She's got her photo. She's wearing Versace. She's very colorful. I appreciate that. I love her hair. I don't like it when people wear all the caps, even though that was a trend this year, and I understand why, because it's part of like the camp look, but I just would rather see people's natural hair. Then there is Cardi B and her giant dress that took 7 men to help her get up this flight of staircase. Again, her head is covered, but the color of the dress, it kind of looks like a very pleated comforter, like a very fluffy comforter. There's like a lot of feathers in that dress. Then we are straight coming out of Hunger Games. If you're looking at Cole Sprouse and his girlfriend, Lily Reinhart, I believe, they look straight out of Hunger Games. They look like the co-host and what's her name? I don't even remember her name. If you know what I'm talking about. Like, I'll throw in a meme right here. Then we're moving on to Joe Jonas and his new wife, Sophia Turner. They are going a little bit more techie. It looks very 80s disco, like not disco, 80s like pop music type beat. So that's a look. Ryan Murphy looking all types of light sequin, like a lot of sequins in that whole like puffy collar thing. Okay, see you. Then there's Jordan Roth. He is in a custom Iris Van Herpen gown or outfit with the whole wings. That's exciting. That's new. Priyanka and Nick Jonas. Her hair, I don't necessarily love her hair because I like normally like it when it's sleek, but also I do like her. I don't know. I think with her outfit and the crown, I would have liked it down, but you look good, girl. I don't like the mustache that Nick Jonas has right now. That's not good. That's got to go. And then we're moving on to more of the crazy looks. Katy Perry, why is she a chandelier? Does anyone know? Like the video on Instagram of Vogue looked great, but she's an actual chandelier. And then why at the after party did she turn into a cheeseburger? Does anyone know why? Because I don't. Like, you look like the candlestick from Beauty and the Beast. I'm just going to say that. It's just so happening. Jared Leto, he's carrying his head around. Did anyone else like see that as like terrifying? Like, I guess if you watch like runway shows, you know that Gucci did that earlier, and he is wearing Gucci, but like that head looks like his head, so it's freaky. And then he threw it to Shawn Mendes at one point, which I thought was terrifying, but it's fine. Yeah. And was it Ezra Miller in Burberry and Tiffany & Co.? How many eyes do they have on their face? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 eyes, and then a mask to cover the eyes. That makeup, prime quality, because I'm looking at it and I'm getting confused. So there's no way he wore that to the after party, because that would freak me out. Like, I have 4 eyes now. Imagine if I like added all the extra eyes. Like, this is stressful for me. Okay, that's how he feels. Except for he has 7 and I only have 6. So that's a thing. Moving into our plain Janes, there's some simple looks. They're simple and flawless. People look great. I just kind of expected more, if that makes sense, because I feel like everyone brought their A game. I do love her. Casey Musgraves, I love her outfit. I think it's great. She looks like Barbie. It's perfect. My only thing is that it's the Met Gala. You know what I mean? Like, I thought you would go... I would rather you go more crazy than be subtle. But she looks fabulous. Like, I would wear that. That's so cute. Also with a Hailey Bieber. Hailey Baldwin, Hailey Bieber, she also looks like Barbie. And it's very simple and played down. I thought you would go big or go home. You're a newlywed girl. You flaunt your stuff. You gotta do what you gotta do. Bella Hadid, well, hers is not simple because it has a lot of diamonds on it, but I kind of also expected more out of her. I do like her very petite hairstyle. That's very cute. What is with Frank Ocean's Prada pullover? I'm sorry, it looks like you just were like, oh, I wore a suit, but I got cold, so I put on a pullover. He's just looking so casual right now, man. So casual. You don't look bad, but you don't look good. You kind of look like a security guard. I'm just going to say that. Or that you just got done with a track meet. Oh my God, Michael B. Jordan. Hello. Like, you looking fine. You know what's up. Like, you look good. That's got, what has it got? Like, fancy little sequins, but like it's a longer coat and your shoes are shiny. Respect. Harry Styles. It's like you stole Kendall Jenner's shirt. I'm sorry, you're a fine piece of ass, but that, I'm not for it. But I did see that moment that you had with Kendall on Instagram. That's cute. You guys should date. But the shirt, give it back to Kendall. Or Kylie. Or Chris. It might actually belong to Chris, to be honest. So, and Kim, I actually do like Kim Kardashian's outfit. I just don't think it's like as, she normally goes bigger than she normally, like than right now. Her after party look was way more camp than her actual runway look, if that made any sense. Because she was wearing like a full, you know, insert image here. But I guess I liked the style behind it where it's supposed to look like a Malibu girl getting out of the ocean. She's supposed to look wet. Well, she does look wet. She looks like she just took a shower. Someone get that girl a towel. It's not looking too good. I love Anna Wintour and Liza Koshy. Liza Koshy looks like Anna Wintour's mini-me. Just thought I would show you the pastel combination. They sisters. Liza Koshy has risen in the ranks. I know she did this last year, but she's just flying. There's also a really cute video of Anna Wintour that went up on the Vogue channel of her just being like slaying the game, walking up the runway. So my favorite look out of the entire show would be Zendaya. Her Tommy Hilfiger Cinderella dress is gold. It lights up. And her stylist, like the Magic Godmother, was her stylist since she was 14. And Zendaya, she was a Disney Channel star. If you didn't know that, you've been living under a rock. But she worked in Disney Channel for so long, so your image looks a certain way. Well, she has a new show coming out. I do not know the name of it, but I do know that it's more mature. It's on, I think, HBO. And it kind of goes over more serious topics. So her Disney Channel image is no longer going to be there. So she wanted to be a princess one last time. And she did it at the Met Gala. And she freaking lights up. And I just can't. So, magical. Literally magical. And yeah, that is the Fashion Police. That is the news. I hope you enjoyed. Mary Shabatsky out. This is Metro News 1. Bow. Bow. Swing. Wishing.
Wow, it really was very, very professional.
Wow.
Very
well.
Thank you.
What is incredible? I'm just in awe. But wow. I really have no words, although I do have some words.
What's your words?
I don't get the Met Gala. I don't.
Me
What
too.
is it?
It's
What
weird.
is it?
So the Met Gala, at least from my perspective, it says it's a museum with art all over. The Met Gala is a way for them to portray living art into the museum once a year. So fashion designers come together, jewelers come together, and they try to create art, because fashion is art, but it's wearable. So they just try to have a big theme, and they team up with Vogue, and then it's just a way to have, I don't know, an art exhibit that's live.
I want to add, so the Met, the problem with the Met, it's not really a problem, but when you go to the Met, you essentially pay whatever you want. So I literally go and I pay $25 and I just go and see the entire museum, and it's a huge museum. It's a museum that takes a lot of capacity in New York, so it needs to be able to sustain itself. And so Anna Wintour, which is also the editor-in-chief of Vogue, being the chair of the Met itself, of course she's like, it's a pretty egotistical industry. So she's like, let's just throw literally all of the celebrities into one place. They pay like $10,000 each or more, and you know,
35.
Yeah,
35
like,
G's, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, no,
Come on,
I mean,
guys.
I like it though, because you know, fashion is supposed, you know, people
It's a good
also
cause.
express, you know, people
Yeah.
express, you know, themselves through fashion, especially this year's theme. So, I mean, I think essentially the point is to get money for the museum, which I think, you know, it's a nice trade-off either way.
I just have a question though. I don't get the whole theme. Like it was
camp.
Yeah,
camp, right?
Well, a lot of people
I saw
had like feathers, which like if
Yeah.
you remember like going to
So
camp,
camp,
with feathers.
camp is an art movement that says basically like for the sake of art, just bad taste, just go all out, do whatever the hell
Yeah, I
you
don't
want.
think it's literally like camp. Like
No,
going
it's
to
not
camp.
camp.
It's
It's
like
Did you guys see the
yeah.
one girl who had like the 7 hats? And
Yes,
then she had
and her boob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had like a blinking eye on her boob.
'Cause
That moved. It was like mechanical. And I saw it. Like I turned. I was like, no, that's it. That was the first thing I saw. And
That was a
the last
portrayal
thing
of an
I saw.
actual art piece. They
That's
just turned it into a dress.
crazy. How much like effort it goes into these
Yeah,
things.
it's so cool looking at all the outfits. It's like the most entertaining runway or red carpet of any event.
Well, it was very much Cher inspired. For like in my segment, I talked about like all the different people who just dress like different versions of Cher from different time periods, and then she was the guest appearance, like because Harry Styles hosted and who else?
Serena and Lady Gaga.
Yeah, and so then later they had Harry introduced the opening music act, and then Cher just pops out, and everyone's like, "What is life right now?" And I'm like, "Man, I love Cher." So
Wow. Okay, so guys, unfortunately, it is that time to wrap up our final vidcast.
Wow.
Let me just say one more time, what an incredible semester with you people. I wouldn't change anything about it. I wouldn't exchange any seats on this table. So, I mean, I'm really happy that it just happened out of, I guess, luck you would call it, because no one signed up together. Just kind of, we all signed up on our own, and we worked out. Whoa.
Oh.
We got Wolfie in the building, too. I'm happy he got to make an appearance. This will be his second time.
My boy.
There you go.
He's back for more.
Pretend you want to have a moment. But
How do you get
again,
past security? Like,
all right, guys. Alexa, do you want to bring us out?
Yeah, thanks guys for coming to our last show. It's so sad to all the residents. I loved getting to know your campus, and it'll be really sad to leave. So thank you guys.
Oh wait, guys! Don't forget to check our viewers. Don't forget to check out our live vidcast or podcast. Is it recorded?
It's a vidcast.
It's a vidcast?
Live one.
Next week.
Live next week, Monday at 1 o'clock, I believe. So tune in. We'll throw a link on our Instagram, I think.
Sure.
And
Sure, we'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll do
you
that.
guys can do that. You guys will do
We're
that.
5 followers.
Yeah.
You know.
So tune in. Peace out.
Bye.